Second practice in Barcelona, Catalonia, and with conditions that should compare favourably with those expected for qualifying. It was time for some soft shod running and quali simulation laps. Drivers were keen to get out on track, and no quarter was being given, even in the pit lane. Nico Hülkenberg inching forward, but finding no gap between Isaac Hadjar and defending champion Max Verstappen. Both Ferraris had moments at turn 9, Charles Leclerc swinging out the rear, leaving a cloud of dust in his wake, before teammate Lewis Hamilton went rumbling over the curbs at the same spot.
Love to see it. High-speed corner over the brow, just picking up an upshift. 8th gear on the exit of that as well.
The 7-time champion has won here 6 times, a record he shares with Michael Schumacher. But despite his undoubted mastery of the circuit, he could still cause consternation in others, including another multiple winner around here, Fernando Alonso.
We have the heat of the day in front of us.
Yeah, that's clever, wasn't it?
Yeah, the good thing is that the weekend is very long. Even the championship is very long.
Not to be outdone, Leclerc gave Verstappen a similar chance to vent.
Oh, man.
I'm very clever.
Leclerc with his DRS open does not have to be passed by Verstappen, who's more than a car length back. Frustrating for Max because he's going a lot quicker.
Oliver Behrman was lucky to survive a big scare. Getting a bit wide at turn 3, his Haas rotating, the British driver ending up in the gravel.
You okay, Ollie?
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't normally have a small one if you lose the car there, and Behrman managed to somehow just keep it pirouetting nicely around to pick it up with the perfect 360 really. But he's lucky because you can end up having a big one into the barriers there.
His Haas needed some care and attention, but after a short delay, he managed to get out on the red ring grubber for some quick laps late on. The Kick-Sauber drivers are getting to grips with the upgrades they've brought to Barcelona. Nico Hülkenberg seeming more hooked up than his colleague in green, Gabriel Bortoleto, who was a little late on the brakes at turn 10 at one point, taking to the runoff. The same spot called out 4-time champion Verstappen, if that's any consolation for the Brazilian rookie, who finished the session P17. The Williams drivers have been playing down their prospects in Barcelona, stating that this track doesn't particularly suit their package. Alex Albon missed FP1, giving his seat up for rookie Victor Martins, so he could be forgiven for being rusty and finishing P15, a place and a 10th down from his teammate Carlos Sainz. Lando Norris's win in Monaco closed his deficit in the Drivers' Championship to just 3 points, the Briton chasing McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri for supremacy at this stage of the season. But it was the Australian speedster who clocked the quickest go-around in FP2, timed at 1 minute 12.760, a second quicker than Norris's best in FP1. George Russell briefly led the Spanish Grand Prix in 2024, the Mercedes man pulling off a fine move around the outside of turn 1, leapfrogging Norris, Verstappen and Hamilton in the process. It didn't last long, the Briton finishing just off the podium that day. But he looked good for P2 in this practice session, some 4 places higher than his Silver Arrow teammate Kimi Antonelli. Local fans could celebrate a little. Fernando Alonso, the self-styled unluckiest man in F1, finished a perfectly respectable P7 at the flag. So Piastri topped from Russell, with Verstappen and Norris in 3rd and 4th clocking identical times, but Max set his first. Then came Leclerc, Antonelli, Alonso, Gasly, Hadjar and Lawson. P11 for Hamilton's efforts, and he was ahead of Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Sainz, Albon, Stroll, Bortoleto, Ocon, Behrman and Colapinto.